Welcome to the Whiskey Vault.
I'm Rex.
I'm Daniel.
I'm something. He's...
Our professionalism falls apart already. It lasted 1 week. 1 week we were doing like, yeah, good opening. And now it's just, it all comes apart at the seams.
All right, so...
This was your idea, I'll remind you.
Whiskey and garbage. Welcome to the show.
Coming your way. All right, so Arran Distillery. I've been wanting to do this for a while. A couple of people requested it. It's the only distillery on Arran. It was started by Harold Curry in 1994.
Oh.
So while we were in high school, he used to be the director of Chivas.
Okay.
The blended whiskey.
Yeah.
And he wanted to start a whiskey distillery on the island, or Isle of Arran. And this was it. Now, a lot of people love to hate this whiskey.
It's really light color.
Because it's young. They're a young distillery. And their experimentations, like Machrie Moor,
dude,
they're experimental no-age statement whiskeys.
Right.
People love to hate those and talk about how they need more.
If people don't like an experimental distillery,
they're not going to like
hate it.
They're going to really hate ours.
Yeah.
So,
oh, I'm looking forward to it. I will bask in the tears and the gnashing of teeth.
I will back Arran all day long. I really enjoy Arran Distillery. I would rep them. I like them that much. And
you have like 3 jobs.
I know. So I'm gonna go on record as digging Arran, and their 14 is a light and refreshing whiskey. I think it's unpeated even.
This is
their first peated Arran whiskey.
Yeah, on the nose I'm just getting smoke.
This is the cask strength. Now I'm pouring you this one because everyone agrees the cask strength is probably a better representation of what they do. I'm going to pour you their non-cask strength next.
Okay. No, on the nose, I'm getting smoke. If I get in deeper, I get smoke and a little bit of brisket.
It's actually not that heavily peated. It's only 20.
Speaking of smokiness, I'm looking at the notes here. Coder Chase. What is the harshest, smokiest, meanest whiskey, in your opinion? I tried Octomore and Brimstone.
This is a guy.
He's been around the block, and I'm looking for other things in that sort of vein.
This is a smoky whiskey masochist.
This guy is...
He had
hardcore.
Brimstone and Octomore and was like, give me more.
So, stick your face in a campfire.
Slap me around.
I don't know. Does it get much more intense?
Maybe you need to get a glass of whiskey. Instead of putting ice cubes in it, just drop some charcoal briquettes. And just swish it around. I'm telling you, Ardbeg Supernova. Try that. That's the second most peated whiskey on the market, under Octomore.
So, are there many Octomores?
There's like 7 or 8, 9 different Octomores. Version 6.1, 7, 7.1.
We tried the most peated whiskey in the world. It was an Octomore. Which one was it?
It was 6.2, I think.
Okay.
I can't remember. It was one of those. But someone said, hey, it's not that expensive. And it's like, wow, it depends on which version of Octomore you buy. In our store, there's one that's almost $400, and there's one that's $170. But they're different versions.
No surprise on the taste at all. What I was expecting from the nose, the smokiness, the brisket.
Ooh, 58% alcohol.
And, well, I take it back. There's a little surprise with the sweetness that's floating on top of the smoke.
It tastes shockingly thin.
Really?
It's been a while since I had this. I mean, it's smoky and aggressive, but it kind of thins at the end. It doesn't linger, it doesn't...
I get some spikiness in the throat there.
Yeah, I added some water.
Mike,
added a lot more than
Mike, I'm watching your videos so frequently that my wife is starting to recognize your voices.
Are you ready for this?
She says she likes the smarter one better, but I'm not sure who that is.
Everybody needs to vote.
Well, it's pretty clear who we pretend is the smarter one in the channel during the show.
This is just to try to make you feel better about yourself? Is that what you're saying?
Tyler Bourbon.
Tyler Bourbon.
So you see what he did there?
Mm-hmm.
Fight Club, Tyler Durden. Mm-hmm. That was nice. I like that.
Oh! Ah! Hey! Add some water to this, and the butterscotch just explodes out of this glass.
How much water? Are you doing like 4?
It's a 60% alcohol whiskey.
All right.
It does taste a little greenish. It tastes a little young. But I really enjoyed this whiskey anyway.
Oh, it is? Yeah.
All the sugars just exploded out of it.
Speaking of...
Let's get the non-cask strength.
Yesterday, there's this big article that came out. It's floating around all of the websites. Research has been done about
drinking water with whiskey.
Yeah, like scientists have concluded the best way to drink whiskey is by adding a little bit of water. And I'm sure you have thoughts.
Yeah. I personally got emailed 34 people forwarded me that article. 34 people.
I almost did.
Because like, oh, I know a guy. He likes whiskey.
Right. So here's the thing. I almost did, and then I realized, oh wait, you.
I read it the day it came out.
Yeah.
And then spent the next week getting forwarded by everybody I freaking know.
So
this is what happens when you're known for liking something. Anytime someone reads about it, and if it becomes a popular article, you're like, well, I guess I know what I'm getting in my inbox for the next month. It's gonna be all this one. Have you read it? Yes, I've read it.
So I don't.
Hey, you should check this out. Yeah.
I don't pretend to be a whiskey expert. Well, I do, but
drink that.
The
Take a pause and drink that.
The thing about scientists and things that are supposed to be not necessarily scientific in their enjoyment, they're coming at it from a very clinical, methodical place.
Yeah, very low soul.
And my experience is, and correct me if I'm wrong. Please correct me if I'm wrong.
You're wrong.
Fine. My perspective is, wait a minute. There's already water added to whiskey. Like they take it from the barrel and they add water to dilute it down to whatever alcohol percentage they think gives you the best flavor profile. It's not like after it goes from the bottle to the glass and then you add more water, it does something magical. There's water added whenever they're putting it into the bottle.
So it's
already happening.
I'm actually kind of delighted right now because I get to prove you wrong.
Do it, please. Because from my perspective, it's like, what the hell are they talking about?
Okay,
there's already water
you're
added.
right and wrong, and this is the problem with any study is that there's always outliers, and they're talking about the bell curve, and so that article, by the way, if you go read it, it applies most accurately to cask strength whiskey,
which is the minority of whiskeys on the shelf.
However, most whiskey, when they add water to drop the proof down before they bottle it, they will let it sit. Sometimes for months after they've added water.
In a barrel?
In a stainless steel cask.
Okay.
Sometimes a barrel.
Okay.
And what they're doing, so they'll vat it, pour them all together, add water, get everything to the level they want, and then sometimes they'll either move them into stainless steel or they'll put them back in barrels. And what they're doing is they're trying to let the disruption that just occurred, which is what the scientists are talking about,
right.
The disruption of chemicals, right? They're trying to let that settle down. And calm down and get more cohesive.
Yeah.
And so they'll let it sit and just kind of coalesce into a cohesive flavor, and then they bottle it, right? So when you add water to any whiskey from a bottle, no matter what the proof is, you are actually disrupting things again, and that's why the flavor changes so dramatically.
So there is something to the article.
It's absolutely 70% legitimate, and about 30%. Yes, you're right, but it's irrelevant.
So in terms of
nothing they said was wrong.
Practical application,
yes.
You suggest
try
it as it comes, and then add a little bit of water.
Yeah, but that's with everything. Every whiskey you'll ever buy, try it first. Add water again, add water again, add water again.
So the result
Then drink it neat again, then drink it on the rocks. Then drink it neat again, then add water again. If you need to try every whiskey that you love 5 to 10 times before you're even going to have a small grasp of what that whiskey's capable of.
I don't think many people on our channel will have a problem with that.
I don't think they will.
Yes.
Yeah, you need it. It will take you. For me, any whiskey I buy, I've got to drink it 5, 6, 7 times in different ways, just to wrap my brain around what is this thing capable of. And even Rex was saying earlier, he drank coffee and tried a whiskey that we had tried on the show, Treaty Oak Bourbon, and he said a flavor exploded.
Vanilla.
Out of nowhere.
3/4 of the way through the Treaty Oak. Before the flavors just fall off a cliff.
Mm-hmm.
Big, massive hit of vanilla. But then the more you drink the whiskey and the further you get away from the coffee, it's not there.
Yeah.
So that's like a flavor hacking kind of thing, where you can try like a candy.
Remember we've said in the channel, taste has everything to do with time of day, what you've eaten before, what you drank right before.
Yeah.
Right. I remember I loved Octomore. I still like Octomore. But the last time we tried the Octomore, it choked me. I almost spit it out, and that had never happened to me before. I think it's because of the order I was drinking things in. It caught me off guard.
We had a lot of people congratulating us on 9,000 subscribers.
Yeah, 9,000. At 10,000, we will do a live YouTube stream.
Yes, and in order to help us get to 10,000, what I want to do, I think our Friday video, this week, if we don't completely boof the pooch, we're going to do the best, like the top 10 best whiskeys for beginners.
Yeah.
Right? And
we're going to pull it from your list that we put on the website.
Yes, like several weeks ago, you guys, in the comments, you gave us so many of your recommendations for beginner whiskeys. And whiskey as in Scotch, bourbon, Irish, whatever. Just whatever you think would be a really nice beginner whiskey to get people into the whiskey scene. You guys gave us tons and tons of amazing recommendations. If you guys have some more recommendations, there's time to do it, so put it in the comments below. And then for the Friday video, we're not shooting it in this batch. We're gonna wait until you guys send us some more stuff. Friday video, we're gonna take all of those recommendations and present to the world the best beginner whiskeys. So saith the Whiskey Vault crowd.
Yes, as sourced from the Whiskey Vault crowd. Now let's finish with this whiskey. Are you ready?
Yeah.
My vote is get the non-cask strength because I actually like it better. Even though what's funny is all the Scottish reviewers who reviewed this, they like the cask strength better. They think the non-cask strength is immature, a little too brazen, and lacks subtlety. I think...
I'm 10 sips into this. It still gives me that spike in the throat.
Yeah, but this is your non-cask strength version.
Yeah.
That one, to me, introduces cream in the smell and a little bit in the taste. There's smoke, and it's kind of spiky and sitting on top. Behind it, there's a little bit of brown sugar, and I would see there's even some citrusy notes buried in there. Now, all of these things are being done like they're fighting with each other. They're not being done like they're a cohesive one unit, and I actually enjoy that. So the very thing that made everyone else review it as, it's young, that's actually what I like about this one, is there's a lot of competing flavors. And it feels like they're actively competing with each other.
That's what we loved about the Blendageddon, where we had 36 different whiskeys.
Yeah.
It just kept moment by moment by moment. It was taking you on a joyride.
And I think the Arran Machrie Moor non-cask strength, it gives you a little bit of that experience. A bunch of different things, all arm wrestling for who's in charge.
Yeah.
And I really enjoy that. All right, so here's to fighting, stealing, and drinking.
If you fight, may you fight for a friend.
If you steal, may you steal a lover's heart.
And if you drink,
may you drink with us.
Hey, thanks for hanging out with us in the Whiskey Vault. Don't forget to throw in a like, hit that subscribe button on the bottom right, and drop a question or comment down below.